How's it going, everyone? Equinox Phoenix here. Today we're going to talk about The Flash, Season 8, Episode 1, titled Armageddon Part 1. Yeah, I know I usually do these Part 1, Part 2 things as a whole. We can't do that because it's a 5-part event that, I'm not waiting 5 weeks. That's... Anyway. Where to begin? Where to begin? Oh, I guess the beginning of the episode. Barry and what's her name? Caitlin. Yeah, I forgot Caitlin's name. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. I forgot her name. Anyway, it's been a minute. Anyway, so Barry and Caitlin are going to Jitters for coffee. While there, they get a notification on their phones that two trains are gonna collide. Uh, they're also discussing Frost's love life or lack thereof because apparently she's in love with Blaine. Kill Blaine. Oh God. Oh. Anyway. So Barry just boom, like a man is fast now, right? Like he's fast now. Anyway, he goes off, saves everybody, and gets back to Jitters in Central City because this is like two trains that are about to collide outside of Keystone, which is a good bit away. And gets back in like 12 seconds or 15 seconds, something like that. Under 20 seconds is essentially it. And this is like, whoa. Anyway, afterwards, Barry and Iris are on a candlelit pizza date, having pizza from Mulan. Uh, and, they're like, oh, thank goodness, Bart and Nora are not here so that we can, get started on that family. And I'm like, yes, please, please, please. Anyway, unfortunately, they get a surprise guest in the form of Ray Palmer. They had a standing invitation to Ray to crash at their place if he needed a place to stay. And, unfortunately for the lovely couple, all the hotels in Central City are fully booked because of the event going on, the tech event, CCTC, and whatnot. Hey, guest room is always open for Ray, right? The next morning, Ray's making them like pressed vegetable juice, or like power smoothie type thing. And it's interesting because Chester comes in. He's like, "Hi, I'm the liaison with Thing. Let's do it." He's like a big Ray Palmer fan, and he meets Ray, and all is well, right? Right. Well, Barry has to go, and then Iris decides to also leave. She's like, "Oh no, it's a bracelet." Trying to do the look at the time scene, but without actually looking at the time, because she was wearing a bracelet. Barry goes to crime scene, Mercury Labs, where the Royal Flush Gang. We did not see. We have not. This is the first time we have seen them, but they were active back in the day while Barry was in a coma. While Barry is gathering evidence, he seems very uncomfortable with Kramer, because he's like questioning her about her powers, and Kramer's like, "Do you have an issue with me being a meta?" And he's like, "Oh no, 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 no! Like that's not the issue. Like not at all. His reason for questioning Kramer is because she doesn't know he's the Flash, and so he's worried that she's gonna pick up on his powers, right? He's not anti, and I was saying as I was watching, yeah, Barry's not anti-meta. He is a meta. because Kramer is a mimic. It should also be noted that at the beginning of the episode, I did a interview type thing with Kramer. Not really. It was the only thing we found out was that in the last 6 months, Kramer has taken down the meta task segregation. That's how it was described. It's because it was attacking marginalized people, so essential segregation. Just not to the same extent that we've had in IRL. That was a bit. History sucks. As a student of history and a white dude in America, I gotta say history. But anyway, back to the Flash. Where were we? Oh yeah. Anyway, they go back to Star Labs and whatnot, and it's like why they've changed the MO and all of this, and they're very confused. Also, I may jump a bit. Anyway, actually no, not gonna jump at all. They okay, they realize the MO hasn't changed. They're trying to steal a bunch of money, but unfortunately, to get into the crypto blockchain, it's not that simple. But in show universe, apparently you just need a high-tech chip, a high-tech power source, and a hacker man's. It's not actually that simple in real life, but hey, gotta take some liberties in the show to give you minor villains for the crossover. Anyway, so they discover what's going on after the Royal Flush Gang releases a bunch of prisoners in Iron Heights. Barry successfully puts them all back in a couple seconds. And Barry goes to fight the Royal Flush Gang. Now, one of them is a telepath. She reads his mind. But after she reads his mind, he rethinks his plan because, thinking at super speed. And then Barry goes into flash time. This is 100% Barry going into flash time. And no one makes mention of it. It's very obvious, though. And he turns the fight around and manages to handcuff all four. Thereby saving the day. Woo. Anyway, Iris promotes Allegra to editor-in-chief, I believe is the title of her. Now, unfortunately, it's weird because the reporters at CCM Central City, no, CCCM, Central City Citizen Media. Iris, you need a better name. Like, dear lord, you need a better name for that company. Triple CM. Are giving Allegra a hard time, but they've also forgotten what the Central City Citizen stands for. It's the voice of the people. They're like trying to run with half stories. As a result of this, and some advice that Allegra gets from Iris at the con, Allegra is able to remind them. They're still giving her a hard time, but at the very least, they fix their stories. It's not a half story where like, all right, here's the half that we think is important, but not the half that is actually important. So yeah, they got really pompous. I don't know what was with the three reporters we got introduced to being really pompous this episode, but hey, whatever. Anyway, a fight breaks out at the con right after Iris interviews Ray, where a dude named Despero comes in and he says the Flash destroys the world. Fight breaks out. Ray manages to send him somewhere we don't know. Not even Ray knows. And they're like, we gotta because before that happens, Despero had showed the Flash the future, 2031 specifically, where the world is destroyed. Apparently, the Flash is responsible. So to show Despero who he really is and that he would never destroy the world, Barry confronts Despero verbally. Like, he's like, read my mind. And then when Despero's like, why should I give you a chance? Barry shows him who he is. It's like, because my name is Barry Allen, and I would never. And I do find it interesting that what was the last scene? Hold up. Oh yeah, the last scene is Despero saying you have 7 Earth days. Gives Barry a week. Um which is interesting. Now this crossover event, it's the yearly crossover event that it's the yearly crossover event, but unfortunately it's 5 weeks instead of 5 days because only one show. Due to the global situation, unfortunate as it is, people aren't helping. Please, everybody, get vaccinated. Wear your masks if you step outside your house. We already have vaccine resistant and vaccine avoidant strains. But please, get vaccinated, wear your masks, do the right thing. So we can go back to normal. Like, I can barely breathe as is without a mask. Even I wear a mask and I'm vaccinated. Please, do the right thing. I know, I shouldn't mention this in a DCTV video, but please, it's actually relevant. People not wearing masks and not getting vaccinated is the reason why our crossover event this year isn't taking place over all the shows. It's one show. Please, for the sake of the show that you like, get the vaccine. It is safe. Please wear your goddamn masks. God, I see a bunch of people where I live not wearing masks while I'm working, and it's terrible. Anyway, tell me what you guys thought of the episode down in the comment section down below. That's gonna be it for this video. If you guys haven't already, hit like, hit subscribe if you're new. I will see you guys next time, and as always, stay bright. And get the vaccine and wear your masks.